Hello friends, in this lecture we will cover the first part of our unit number 1, that is the basics of machine learning. In basics we will cover first what is machine learning, then which are the different applications of machine learning, and which are the different types of machine learning. Now the learning outcomes. After studying this topic, student will be able to understand first what is machine learning and why it is important. Then, which are the different applications of machine learning and which are the different types of machine learning? Now, before going to what is machine learning, let's see the history of machine learning. Now, in case of neural network was in 1943 when the neuropsychologist Warren and the mathematician Walter Pitts wrote a paper about the neurons and how they works. They have decided to create a model of this using the electrical circuit, and therefore, the neural network was born. Later on, in 1950, the Alan Turing created the world famous Turing test, and this test is fairly simple for a computer to pass, and it has to be able to convince a human that it is a human, not a computer. And simultaneously, he published a paper answering the question, can machine think? Then in 1952, saw the first computer program which could learn as it ran. It was a game which played by the checkers created by the Arthur Samuel. Later on in 1957, the Frank designed the first artificial neural network called as an perceptron model. And the main goal of this was the pattern and the shape recognition. Then another extremely early instance of the neural network came in 1959 when the scientist Bernard and the Hopf created two models of them in Stanford University. The first was the add line, and it could detect the binary patterns. For example, in a stream of bits, it could predict what the next one would be. The next generation was the med line, and it could eliminate the echo on the phone lines. So, had a useful real world application, and it is still using today. Then in 1967, the nearest neighbor algorithm was written, and that allowed the computer to use very basic pattern recognition. Then in 1980s and 1990s, in 1982 was the year in which the interest in neural networks started to pick up again, when the scientist John suggested creating a network which had the bidirectional lines, similar to how neural actually works. Furthermore, in 1982, Japan announced that the focusing on more advanced neural network has created the more research in the area. Then the neural networks use the back propagation, and this is important step came in 1986 when three researchers from the Stanford psychology department decided to extend the algorithm created by the scientist Widrow and the Hopf in 1962. This is therefore the multiple layers to be used in the neural network, creating what are the known slow learners and which will over the long period of time. Then during 1990, the work of machine learning shifted from the knowledge-driven approach to the more data-driven approach. Then in late 1980s and 1990s did not bring much to the field. However, in 1997, the IBM computer Deep Blue, which was chess playing computer, beat the world chess champion. Since then, uh, there have been many more advantages in this field, such, such as in 1988, when the research at AT&T Bell Laboratories on digit recognition resulted in a good accuracy and detecting handwritten protocols from the US portal services. Then in 21st century, since the start of the 21st century, many businesses have realized that machine learning will increase the calculation potential. And this is why they are researching more heavily in it in order to stay ahead the competition. And some of the major projects which includes in the 21st centuries are like Google Brain, which was invented in 2012. Similarly, then AlexNet or DeepFace, then DeepMind or Open Artificial Intelligence, which was invented in 2015. Then Amazon Machine Learning Platform, then ResNet and UNet, which was invented in 2015. This is all about the history of the machine. Now, what is machine learning? Now, the machine learning is the capability of artificial intelligence system to learn by extracting pattern from the data. Now, if you see the figure, that figure shows the machine learning is the branch of artificial intelligence. Similarly, the deep learning is the branch of machine learning. Now, the machine learning is the subdivision of artificial intelligence, that is AI, and it refers to the ability of machines to learn new information and develop the problem solving abilities. And machine learning uses the training data or the data input to teach machines how to solve the problems, then answer the questions and draw the conclusions from the material, all without the need for human interventions. Now, machine learning takes place of requiring explicit programming for each specific program or new piece of information. Instead, the computer uses the algorithm to learn how to do the new things and make interference on their own. And the machine gets smarter over time. You continually feed it with the data and it continually passes and analyzes and absorbs. As the computer gains the experience, it improves its importance or performance and becomes the more intelligence. So, what is machine learning? It is a science focused on the teaching computers to act like a human brain by learning autonomously over a time. This is nothing but what the machine learning. Now, which are the different features of machine learning? There are basically four features of machine learning. Out of is the first, it uses data to detect the patterns in a data set and adjust the program actions accordingly. Then the second feature, it focuses on the development of programs that can teach themselves to grow and change when exposed to the new data. Then the third feature, it enables computer to find the hidden insights using the iterative algorithms without being explicitly programmed. And the last feature of machine learning, it automates the analytical model building using the statistical and machine learning algorithms. These are the various features of the machine learning. Now let's see what is the traditional approach versus machine learning approach. Now, in traditional programming, the data and program is run on the computer to produce the output. Here, the data and program are run on the computer and accordingly the computer produces the output. This is nothing but what? The traditional programming means. In traditional programming, we can say that the traditional programming is the manual process, meaning a process or the programmer that creates the program, but without anyone programming the logic, one has to manually formulate or code the rules. And we have for traditional programming, we have the input data and the programmer coded program that uses the data and runs on a computer to produce the desired output. This is nothing but what the traditional programming. Similarly, for this machine learning, in machine learning, the data and output is run on the computer to create a program. Now here, if you see the image, in image, the output of your model is fed back to the computer and accordingly it generates the program. Means the data and output is run on the computer and it creates the program. So, what is the difference between our machine learning and the traditional programming? Now, in traditional programming, without anyone programming the logic, one has to manually formulate or code the rules, while in machine learning, the algorithms automatically formulate the rules from the data, which is very powerful. This is the main difference between your traditional programming and the machine learning. Now, let's see the traditional approach. Now, the traditional approach programming relies on the hard-coded rules. Now, see the flowchart. Flowchart indicates our traditional programming. Uh, for traditional programming, the problem is at hand. Then it code the rules. Then it evaluates the code. And if that code is passed, then we will get the desired output or the production. And if that code is failed, then it gives the review errors and which are again fed back to the problems at the hand. This is nothing but what the traditional approach means. We can say that the traditional approach or traditional programming is the programming where the data and program are run on the computer and computer produces the output. Similarly, what is machine learning approach? Now, what is machine learning approach? The machine learning relies on a learning patterns based on the sample data. Now, this is the flow chart for the machine learning approach. Now, again, problem at hand. Then, for machine learning, we will require the several algorithms. So, the problem at the hand is applied to the machine learning algorithms. And for machine learning algorithms, we will require the training data. Suppose x1, y1 is one data, then x2, y2 is another data. Now, these x1, y1 or x2, y2 means this training data is applied to the training machine learning algorithm. Then accordingly, this algorithm, then it is evaluated, and if it is passed, then it will be passed to the production or we will get the desired output. And if suppose this evaluation will fail, then it reviews the error and this error are again fed back to the problems at the hand. Again, machine means training data will be applied to the machine learning algorithm and it will evaluate that code and will generate the program, and if suppose it is failed, then it reviews the errors. Means we can say that the machine learning relies on the learning patterns based on the sample data. Means for machine learning we will require the sample data. Now, which are the different applications of machine learning? Now, machine learning can be used in the first application, that is the image processing. Then we can use our machine learning for the robotics. Then for data mining also, we can use our machine learning. Then for video games, then the text analysis or text mining, we can use our machine learning. And machine learning is also having several applications in medical field, that is the healthcare option. So these are the various applications of the machine learning. Now let's see, the first application of our machine learning is the image processing. First of all, what is image processing? Now image processing can be defined as the technical analysis of an image by using the complex algorithms. And for image processing, image is used as the input where the useful information returns as the output. Beforehand, image processing only suggested examining the discrete targets in an image. By making the use of AI, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning, can return in lot of differences in the image processing industry. Google Lens is one of the most application that delivers the use of deep learning and machine learning and artificial intelligence to process the complex image. Now imagine if you are walking around the garden in some foreign country and you want to know the name of some flowers. Since you are in the distance country, so you cannot understand the language written on the message board. Now what could you do? No need to worry. Google Lens, an app launched by Google, which uses the image processing techniques along with the artificial intelligence technologies and the deep machine learning, can come to your question. Now, Google Lens identifies and explains what it flashes to give the actions based on that. The only things you have to do is to point your phone at specific flower and then ask Google Assistant what the object you are looking at is. So the artificial intelligence has facilitated in the development of software that can acknowledge and explain its illustration. So artificial intelligence and machine learning can do the real wonders in the image processing. Several image processing applications are image tagging and image recognition. Then the self-driving cars. For self-driving cars also, the machine learning is used. Then the optical character recognition, that is the OCR. For OCR also, the image processing is used, and for this image processing, the algorithms of machine learnings are used. So in this way, we can use our machine learning for the image processing. Now the next application of our machine learning is the robotics. Now, what is robotics? Now artificial intelligence, that is AI, is set to disrupt practically every industry imaginable, and industrial robotics is no different. The powerful combination of robotics and artificial intelligence or machine learning is opening door to entirely new automation possibilities. Now currently the artificial intelligence and machine learning are being applied in limited ways and enhancing the capabilities of the industrial robotic systems. We have to yet to reach for the full potential of the robotics and the machine learning, but the current applications are promising. Now there are basically four areas of robotic processes that artificial intelligence and machine learning are impacting to the current applications for more efficient and profitable. The first one is the vision. Now, what is vision? The artificial intelligence helping the robots to detect items they have never seen before and recognize the object with far greater detail. Then the second area, that is the grasping. Now robots are also grasping the items they have never seen before with artificial intelligence and machine learning helping them to determine the best position and the orientation to grasp an object. Then the third area, that is the motion control. Now the machine learning helps robot with dynamic interaction and obstacle avoidance to maintain the productivity. And the last area, that is the data. Now artificial intelligence and the machine learning both help to robots to understand the physical and logistical data patterns to be proactive and act accordingly. So in human simulation, the robotics is used similarly for the industrial robots and the humanoid robots. For all these applications, the algorithms of machine learning are applied. Now the next application of machine learning is the data mining. Now what is data mining? Now data mining is the search for the hidden relationships in the data sets. Now machine learning is implementing some form of artificial learning where learning is the ability to alter an existing model based on the new information. Businesses use data mining techniques to identify the potentially useful information in their data. in order to aid the business decision-making processes. Machine learning is the utilized in order to improve these decision-making models. Now, data mining techniques assumes that the relationships which are to be discovered actually that exist within the data set being examined. Machine learning techniques assumes that it is possible to create a model appropriate for the environment being studied. So the anomaly detection, then the grouping and predictions, these are the applications of machine learning under the data mining. Now, next application of machine learning is the video games. As we know, for the game development, it involves the designing, then the development and release of a game for entertaining the users, the world. So it is wholly an art creating the games, and the creation is the process that requires the experts in the field like the programmer, then the sound designer, then the artist, then the graphic designers, etc. Now, machine learning in video games has this significant impact on how a video game could turn out. Over the last years, technology has served the gaming needs and the people diverse the preferences have led to innovation and evolution in the video game sectors. And individual play games uh, to have fun, but there is lot more than just a fun part. So video game helps step up humans' brain function, involves the continuous engagement of the cognitive skills, and release a chemical called as serotonin in the brain. It is also called as an happy compound. And innovative technologies like machine learning and more make games more effective, creative, and satisfactory. So the for the production of the video games, the machine learning algorithms are very important. Now, the next application of machine learning is the text analysis. Now, text analysis is the machine learning technique that allows companies to automatically extract and classify the text data, such as tweets or the emails, support tickets, then product reviewers, and the survey response. Now, the text analysis applications are vast, like the keywords or the names or the company information from thousands of email, and that can be categorized in sentiment form. So for these applications, the machine learnings are used. Now the last application of machine learning is the healthcare. Now the healthcare industry has long been an early adopter of the most innovative technologies. Today, the artificial intelligence and its subset, that is the machine learning, are on their way to becoming a key element in the healthcare systems. From developing new medical procedures to handling patients' data and its record. Now, the increase in the numbers of machine learning applications that allows to look into the future where the healthcare provides the data and analytics to provide better service, improve processes, and the automate tasks. And there are several machine learning healthcare applications. Out of which the first one is the handling administrative task with the natural language processing, then tools for the risk identification, then accelerating the medical research, then diagnosis and the disease identification, then medical imaging diagnosis, then personalized medicines, then the outbreak predictions, then the data crowdsourcing, then research and clinical trials, then smart health records, and discovering the new drugs with the unsupervised learning. So these are the various applications of healthcare which are implemented by using the machine learning. Now let's see the last part of our today's lecture, that is the types of machine learning. Now, machine learning is basically divided into three types, out of which the first one is the supervised learning, then second one is the unsupervised learning, And the last one is the reinforcement learning. Now the supervised learning is also having two algorithms. That is, the first one is the classification and the second one is the regression. Then unsupervised learning has total number of two algorithms. That is, first one is the clustering and the second one is the dimensionality reduction. And reinforcement learning is having two applications in gaming and in finance sector. Means in this way, our machine learning is basically divided into three types: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and the reinforcement learning. Now, what is supervised learning? Now, a supervised learning is the type of machine learning in which the machines are trained using the well-labeled training data. On the basis of that data or on the basis of that labeled data, machine can predict the output. And this labeled data means some input data which is already tagged with the correct output. Then in supervised learning, the training data provided to the machines work as the supervisor that teaches the machines to predict the output correctly, and it applies the same concept as student learns in the supervision of the teacher. The supervised learning is a process of providing input data as well as the correct output data to the machine learning model. Means for this type of machine learning, we will require the input data as well as the correct data. And the aim of supervised learning algorithm is to find the mapping function to map the input variable, suppose x, with the output variable, that is y. Now, how supervised learning works? Suppose we have labeled data. Now, in labeled data, if suppose total number of 6 corners, then we can say that it is hexagon. Then if suppose total number of 4 corners, then we can say that it is square. And if suppose total number of 3 corners, then we can say that it is triangle. So it is labeled data. And which are the different labels are available? First one is the hexagon. If suppose total number of six corners, then it is hexagon. Then total number of 3 corners, then it is triangle. And if suppose total number of 4 corners, then it is square. Now these label data and labels are then applied to the model training. Then from model training, it is applied to the predictions. Now for predictions, the test data is available, that is 4 corners and 3 corner shape. 4 corner means it is the square, and the 3 corner shape, it is the triangle. Now this test data is applied to the predictions. Now what will be the predictions? See, the first prediction is the 4 corner shape is nothing but what? The square. Because if you see the labels, in labels, if suppose total number of 4 corners are there, then it is square. So by using your predictor, it is predicted that if suppose total number of 4 corners, then it is square. Similarly, if suppose total number of 3 corners are there, then it is triangle. Means for supervised learning, you will require your input data as well as the test data, and your supervised learning works on the label data. Because for this example, we have total number of 3 labels. That is, the first one is, suppose 6 corners are there, then it is hexagon. Then 3 corners are there, then it is triangle. And 4 corners are there, then it is square. Means for supervised learning, we will require the labels as well as the label data. Then we will just apply our test data to the predictor. Then our predictor will predict whether it is square or triangle or the hexagon. This is how the supervised learning works. Then the second type of our machine learning is the unsupervised learning. Now, what is unsupervised learning? As the name suggests, unsupervised learning is the machine learning technique in which models are not supervised using the training data set. So that is the main difference between our supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Because for supervised learning, we have label data, but for unsupervised learning, we do not have any training data set. Instead of training data set, the models itself find the hidden patterns and insights from the given data, and it can be compared to learning which takes place in the human brain while learning the new things. So the unsupervised learning can be defined as it is a type of machine learning in which models are trained using the unlabeled data set and are allowed to act on that data without any supervision. And the unsupervised learning cannot be directly applied to the regression or classification problem because unlike supervised learning, we have the input data but no corresponding output data. And the goal of unsupervised learning is to find the underlying structure of dataset, group that according to the similarities, and represent that dataset in the compressed form. Now, how unsupervised learning works? Suppose we have input raw data and this input raw data is the unlabeled data. First of all, apply this input raw data to the interpretation, then algorithms, because for unsupervised learning we will require different machine learning algorithms. Then this algorithm will be processed by the processing. Then finally, when it is processed according to its shape, then we will get that the first image is for dog and the another image is for the cat. Means this is how our unsupervised learning works without any label data. Thank you.